Now let's turn our attention to northern Israel. It is on high alert, not because of Hamas, but because of the lurking presence of Hezbollah in Lebanon. There are fears of an escalation in the north, of Israel getting caught in a two-front or even a three-front conflict. The question on everyone's mind is this: will Hezbollah join the war, especially after today's events?
Before this meeting, I had the chance to meet separately with Prime Minister Najib Mikati and also Syed Hassan Nasrallah, the Secretary General of Hezbollah.
You heard him. Iran's foreign minister is in Lebanon. He met with the Hezbollah chief Hassan Nasrallah, and both leaders shared words of warning. First, a bit of background. Hezbollah is a militant organization based in Lebanon and an active player in the region. Like Hamas, they're seen as an Iranian proxy. They're fostered and funded by Iran. Like Hamas, they also double up as a political party, and they're also a sworn enemy of Israel. But here's the difference. Hezbollah is a far more powerful player than Hamas, and its focus is not just on Israel. It's a much bigger player in West Asian politics, and it has far more experience of real battle. So it's understandable that Israelis are on their guard, but so far Hezbollah has been relatively quiet, almost too quiet you could say, especially considering this statement from last Sunday.
We salute all our beloved Palestinian resistance factions in Palestine, no matter to whom they belong, and they are all united in the resistance. We tell those that the nation is with you. Our heart, minds, souls, our history and guns and rockets and all that we have is with you, because we are the resistance that was founded originally for you and for Palestine and Jerusalem.
He said Hezbollah's guns and rockets were with the Palestinians, not Hamas, the Palestinians. And this statement was a mix of posturing and a show of solidarity. But Hezbollah has not joined the war yet. There have been minor incidents of cross-border fire. Some militants from Lebanon have been killed. 2 were neutralized while trying to infiltrate Israel's northern border. 3 members of Hezbollah were killed due to Israeli shelling. Both these incidents took place on Monday. On Tuesday, their funerals took place, rallies and protests were held, again more posturing but no invasion. Instead, there's been a continuation of cross-border shelling, artillery and rocket fire, but no Israeli casualties yet. Now, part of this is, of course, because of the threat of retaliation and memories of the last war. That was in the year 2006. Hezbollah fought Israel in the year 2006, and the casualties were overwhelmingly from Lebanon. More than 1,100 Lebanese people were killed then. What about the Israelis? 55 deaths. So there was a massive power imbalance, and that imbalance still exists. But it has decreased over the years. Back in 2006, Hezbollah had about 15,000 missiles. By 2021, it reportedly had around 130,000, so almost 10 times more. And the types of missiles have evolved as well. Earlier, they reportedly had Soviet-era rockets. Today, they have precision-guided missiles. And this is courtesy their participation in the civil war in Syria. Hezbollah has been fighting alongside Iran and Russia in Syria. They're fighting on behalf of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. The group has picked up weapons and valuable combat experience in Syria. They're also used to urban warfare. It makes them dangerous in the event of a ground assault on Israel. Then there are the numbers. Hezbollah boasts of around 100,000 fighters. For context, the Hamas attack on Saturday was conducted by hundreds. The sheer number of fighters makes Hezbollah more dangerous, and Israel knows this. It has been flexing its military might as a warning. Since the Hamas war began, Israel has sent troops north as well. Thousands of reservists are at the border with Lebanon, and tanks have been lined up along the 81-kilometer boundary. Israel has also been issuing threats. It has said that it will bomb Lebanon back to the Stone Age if Hezbollah attacks. It has promised to use overwhelming force. So obviously, Hezbollah will be wary. And to add to all of this, the presence of the Americans can be daunting. You know, the US has deployed its most advanced aircraft carrier in the region, the USS Gerald Ford. Reports say another carrier is on its way. American jets are at the ready in all US bases in West Asia. All of this is meant to get Israel's enemies to back down. We mentioned this yesterday. And all these moves, Israeli and American, seem to have been working. But then today's meeting took place between Iran and Hezbollah. Hezbollah's leader, Hassan Nasrallah, said they discussed, and I'm quoting, everyone's responsibilities and the positions that need to be taken. Iran's foreign minister was asked about the possibility of a second war front. He said, and I quote, "Every possibility and decision by the other currents of the resistance is possible." And he added, "The continuation of the war crimes against Palestine and Gaza will definitely be met with reactions." So the message is clear. Israel's enemies are uniting and anything can happen.